大家好，我是 Shasha Li，欢迎来到我的 channel。所以今天我想跟你分享什么呢？你还记得我上次的影片？如果你没有看的话，你可以看这边。我上次的影片是什么呢？我就是跟你们分享我来到台湾之前，希望有一个人跟我说的5件事情。那你还记得有一件事情呢，是我希望有一个人跟我说，莎莎，你该学会怎么骑摩托车还是机车。所以我就是跟你们说，我觉得我的生活很不方便，因为有很多事情我没有办法自己做，要依赖别人，所以我觉得很不方便。但是现在呢 ，I want to tell everybody what happened。我通过了驾照。今天的影片有一点特别呢，因为我会跟你分享我的经验。
Also, don't forget to stick around until the end of the video and then you can see a video of me taking my test.
开心，因为我第一次就通过了。As a foreigner, what was it like to take the scooter test? 其实我在英国没有什么骑机车的经验。英国的天气太好，对吧？如果你住在伦敦的话，几乎每天都会下雨。所以呢，大部分的人会打车或者会开车去他们想去的地方。如果你想去伦敦中心的话，那你会打车还是坐哪个 MRT 啊或者火车之类的去？那如果你想去别的地方，那你就是会开车去。然后我来到台湾以后，真的发现其实你们台湾人骑机车去大部分的地方。然后我发现其实如果你可以骑机车的话，真的很方便。Last week, Thursday, I took my test, and basically it's something that I have been planning to do for a long time. How long now? It's been a hot minute. It has been a hot minute since I said and I started practicing to ride a scooter and actually taking the test, because I started working in around March, and since then, and even before that, I was just super busy. The situation, the pandemic got serious in Taiwan, and I wasn't as busy as I was in March, April. I took it as an opportunity to, be able to practice. Obviously, safety first, I was being safe, but I took this opportunity to practice for my test. Things are going to get better in Taiwan. I trust Taiwan, and I want to be able to pass my test. I won't be so inconvenienced, and that I can just do what I need to do in my life, and I won't have to, not anybody else but myself. So that was basically my thought process. If you do want to take your test in Taiwan, I have 2 things to say. Number 1 is that COVID has an effect on opening times of businesses, so make sure that you call the testing center to make sure, so that you don't rock up there being like, I'm gonna take my test, and then they're shut, or they close early, or they open late, to avoid you just wasting your time and wasting your day. So when you actually get there on the day, there are 3 parts to it, and it's a long day. If you go there to take your test, you need a lot of time. Like, it's not something that's going to be done in like 40 minutes. Here, obviously, there's a lot of people in Taiwan. There's a lot of people who want to learn how to drive a scooter, especially young people. It's a long day. It's a long process. I got there at 11, and by the time I got home, it was pretty much 6 o'clock. So it was literally a long day. So if you're going to do your scooter test, make sure you have time to do it. Basically, there's 3 things. So the first thing is you have to do a class, which is basically a 2-hour class whereby the first hour you watch a video, and this video is kind of terrifying, to be honest. Like, after watching that video, I didn't want to ride a motorcycle or ride a scooter in Taiwan. Like, I didn't want to. Like, it was a video pretty much like scaring you, where they would show you footage of scooter accidents that's happened in Taiwan, and to be honest, like, legit, after watching that video, I was kind of like, okay, I don't really want to take my test now. I don't really want to drive a scooter in Taiwan. I'm kind of afraid. And then after that, they have another 1-hour thing where it's kind of like a teacher and just kind of talking to you about like the written test and the road test, and pay attention to, and questions they could ask you and how to answer them. And to be honest, it's very beneficial. But bear in mind that 99.9% of people who go there to take their test are Taiwanese. So obviously they're going to speak to you in Chinese, because we're in Taiwan. So obviously there's a lot of information that they give you that I personally thought was very helpful, but it's all in Chinese. So if you can't speak in Chinese, it's not huge of a deal, but I feel like it is something that is good to know and good pointers. So I was the only foreign person there that day. Like, it was just me. Well, the only obvious foreign person there. Like, you see my face, you know I'm foreign. There's no way that I can hide and deny I'm not foreign. It's obvious, right? Look at me. All the members of staff and things, they were nice. They did their job. One of the things you have to do when you register, you have to do like a quick test. They check your height, your weight, your vision. Obviously vision, you're driving, to check that your vision is okay and everything is okay, and that you're healthy, so that obviously you can run on the road and do your test. And the doctor that I met that day was, he was so lovely. Like, he was speaking to me in English, and he's just a very happy man, and his like happiness just radiated off and just kind of made me feel like, you know, it made me relax a little bit more because he was just so funny. So basically you have 2-hour class bit that you have to do, and then after that you go to the written exam, take a ticket, you have to go, you have to pay, you have to give them your ARC, and then you pay 250 NTD, I believe, and you kind of just wait until they call your name. So they were like, Li Shasha, like you have to turn off your phone, put your stuff at the front, assign you to your computer, and when you get to your computer, it has your name on it, and obviously it has your ARC or your ID number on it. As soon as you sit down, you have 30 minutes time to do your test. And there are some people, like, seriously, we got in, they sat down, like legit 5 minutes had gone, and they were done, and they were like out. They were like, kawan la. And I was just looking at them like, when you go to pay the money, they obviously can see your face, and they will ask you what language you speak. So obviously they'll put the test in whatever language you need the language to be. I was just looking at the questions over and over again, like reading it. It was in English, and I was just reading it like, oh my gosh. You have to get over 35 to even move on to the next stage. If you don't pass the written exam, then it's bye, come back next week. After you do the test, once you press submit, it will automatically tell you what you got. I was so nervous that, like, because I thought there were so many questions that in my mind I didn't know, so I was like, oh my god. When I was pressing on like the button to like submit it, I was like covering my eyes, like, I don't want to see. Fail, like it's red, and it's like, oh sorry, you didn't pass. But if you did pass, it's green. And I literally uncovered my eyes, I saw green, and I was like, oh, watangola. And then once you pass that bit, you literally go to do the road exam, where again you have to take a ticket and you have to basically wait for your number to be called. But the part about the road exam that makes you real nervous is the fact that there's a lot of people who are taking the scooter test, right? Let's say number 55 is doing their test now, right? And you have number 57. Then number 56 and maybe 59 have to wait in the line in your scooter ready. So once number 55 has gone, and then 56 and so on and so forth. And it makes you nervous because you can legit see the person in front of you take their test. And obviously, it depends on what kind of person you are. But if you're anything like me, then obviously when I see other people doing the test, throw me off a little bit, like I can't keep my head in the zone. What happened was the person in front of me didn't pass, because you know you have the part where you have to go in a straight line for 7 seconds or above, right? And you have 2 chances to do that. So obviously if you fail the first time, you go back around and then you do it like a second. I failed twice, and that threw me off. I was like, oh my gosh, 他没有通过，那肯定不会通过. Like I literally was just mad nervous, and like I don't even remember what I did in the test. Like my mind just went blank. So my experience as a foreigner, 其实我觉得还好. Even if you're foreign or you're Taiwanese, 我个人觉得你有时间好好准备这个考试的话，还好你可以通过，你一次可以通过。你好好准备的话，你肯定会没问题的。我个人觉得，因为那个笔试的话，其实你可以用他们的网站，就是做那个模拟考试之类的。那我觉得这个真的对我很有帮助。然后那个路考的话，在台湾有很多地方有很多你可以练习的地方。All in all, I think it was a pretty positive experience. I'm really happy that I managed to pass the first time. As for the prices, when you first register, it is $150, and then the second amount of money you pay is $250, and I think that's for the written test. And then after if you actually pass, then you have to pay for your license, and I think I paid $200. So all in all, it's about what, 600-ish NTD. It's decent, I think. If you have any other questions that you want to ask me, feel free to put a comment below. If you liked my video, press like, and if you have any ideas for things you want to see in the future, you can also let me know. And that's pretty much it for today's video. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.